Okay, so I'm sorry in advance for all the constant beeping you're probably about to hear. I refuse to get up on a ladder and change the battery of that smoke detector. That is my husband's job. But this isn't a vlog. What I'm making decisions on things and changes and other things I need to do in my personal life. I'm postponing vlogs until my manuscript is finished. And I think that's the best solution right now because how do I put this? With everybody, even Brooke Passmore talking about their YouTube videos and if authors tube's dying and everything else that's going on out there in social media, the frenemies, which I already talked about in a podcast episode, the Scott Cawthon issue and everything else. I'm like, okay, I need to get away from the internet for a while because it is literally just it's ruffling my feathers a little too much. And I have real world issues to deal with, such as, making sure my bills are paid every month. I'm signing up for Instacart and Ship to Work on the days I have off work. Not my normal weekend days off. That's husband and wife time. But I have days scheduled off of work because I need to use them or I run out, even though because COVID kind of messed stuff up, I didn't really get to use my vacation days. I kind of just went, okay, forget it. I'm not going to do it if I'm going to be working from home. But now they're like, yeah, you got to use your vacation days. You got to. You're almost at the limit. So I have to use them. So on the days I've scheduled off for the rest of the year, I'm just going to do some side hustle work. I don't think I'm going to make enough where it's going to be that big of a financial problem tax season, but who knows. Now with all that, like I said, this isn't going to be one of my normal vlog episodes or what have you. I'm still going to post to TikTok if I feel like it. I'm not going to be really jumping on it like that. Like I said, I got real world stuff to deal with. Any podcast episodes that come out are pre-recorded. I had 2 days off last week. I had to wait for Shipped and Instacart to go through before I can even use them. So since I couldn't use them at the time, I pre-recorded a couple podcast episodes. So anything you are seeing posted right now, it's going to be a pre-recorded message from me. It's not going to be one of my stuff I just did like a couple days before. Now, I've been hearing a lot of videos saying it's AuthorTube dead. Like Brooke Passmore did one. Sarah Sean Weaver, I can never say her name, did one. I don't think, and there are other AuthorTubers that are on there talking about is the platform dead, because I think what's going on is, like Sarah said, there are multiple AuthorTubers who are jumping off the platform, or they're not doing AuthorTube as much. And I just want to put this in there, just my 2 cents. I don't think it's dead. I think it's evolving. And during the summer months, don't we normally buckle down and go to conferences and work on books or editing or meet agents and what have you? This year, a lot of us aren't doing it. Like I'm in the Pennsylvania area. The writers conference that I go to, the Philadelphia Writers Conference, they canceled it for this year. They were going to do virtual only, but then they didn't have enough people that were signing up, so they just kind of canceled it. I know I'm not going anywhere this year, and I've often attributed a lot of stuff to COVID-19, and this is what I'm going to say. 2020 was a dumpster fire, was complete dumpster fire, and 2021 is the recovery of the dumpster fire. So this year might not be the greatest year for everybody. I know for a fact that for me, it's been an emotional struggle, not only dealing with personal depression issues, but dealing with financial issues, because I had to take a significant pay cut, but my husband taking a pay cut. I mean, we could still pay our rent and thank God for that, but doing anything extra like going on vacation, that's kind of out. And I haven't been on vacation since I got married. Go figure. 2021, like I said, this is the year of recovery. So yes, everybody's still going to kind of, even though we've opened everything, like I'm in Pennsylvania, we've almost pretty much jumping everything, there's gonna be a sense of a precaution, because we don't know if the COVID cases are going to come back up. And then you got the anti-vaxxers and the vaxxers, and you got the political parties fighting each other. It's just a lot. And I think people are just trying to stay home. You know, you want to get some sense. You feel more, you're trying to get your home stable. I think that's what it is. So 2021 being a year of recovery, we're recovering and becoming into a stable mindset and a stable feeling, a stable financial situation. So with AuthorTube in mind, I don't think it's dying. I think it's evolving. Summer is something the summer months are months we do our retreats, we do our vacationing, but this year it's not really in the cards. Even though, you know, COVID's supposedly over, no one really wants to take that risk right now. You don't want to risk your family. Natalie Lee, another AuthorTube I do watch, she even said, you know, she said she's not doing AuthorTube videos anymore. Even though she's not, she still gives advice. One of the videos I did see her say that there's only so much a writer can talk about in the AuthorTube videos, and she's correct. There's only so much I can talk about. There's only so, like, even on my podcast I talk about this. There's only so much I can talk about on the podcast. Now I can always delve into other subjects, like, you know, hey, I'm wearing Tanjiro from Demon Slayer Mugen Train the movie. You guys know I love anime. You know I love manga. I love video games. I think what's gonna happen is I need to shift my AuthorTube channel. I'm still gonna do primarily vlogs, but I'm gonna shift things to where I talk about other stuff, because that's the only way this is gonna work. Now, on the other hand, with me taking a break, it will give me, I think, more time to contemplate a lot of things. I'm not leaving YouTube. Don't get me wrong. Though weirdly enough, I'm making more hits on TikTok than I am on YouTube. So figure that one out. A lot of authors are jumping on the TikTok thing, and you find a lot of young authors on TikTok who are teenagers in high school, maybe a little older in college age, and they're doing stuff on that channel. So yeah, I do stuff on there, but I don't do a lot of the writing stuff on there, only because I get more traffic for talking about anime more than anything else. So that's why I try to separate the two, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm realizing you can't really separate the two much as you want to. And I haven't gotten to the point where I can just put bits of my YouTube, even though I'm up to 3 minutes now. They gave me the permission for the 3 minutes. I haven't gotten to the point where I can talk about, like take snippets of my YouTube videos and put them on TikTok. I haven't gotten to that point yet. We're 6 months into the year. I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about a lot of, not just my personal stuff. I already realized I'm probably not going to participate in NaNoWriMo this year. I'm not. Because, and it's a personal issue, you know, it's a personal thing. And I'm realizing how much more of a rat race that NaNoWriMo is for me, rather than writing the book. And thanks to the Save the Cat, I have literally written more details, even though it's the first draft and everybody knows the first draft is crap. My story has connected more with me taking my time rather than me trying to write the 50,000 words. Actually, I'm way over. I'm almost at 100,000 words on my book, but I digress. I'd rather do that and take my time rather than do Nano and do 50,000 words and just rat race all of it. Because I don't think it's not gonna benefit me in the long run. On top of that, I make no money doing YouTube. I make no money doing TikTok. And right now, with the manuscript and my personal home life, it would benefit me more to be offline for a time. I'm hoping to be back by hopefully August at the latest. You know, August is a weird month for me because my wedding anniversary is that month, both my parents' birthdays are at that month, and there's some type of church thing my mom does every year that I end up attending, and I'll be there like till late. So there's other stuff that usually happens in August, but I will probably be back by August. I don't like taking months off, because here's how YouTube algorithm works. They get to the point where they want you to do this, the YouTube. They want you to post so much, and the algorithm is supposed to pick up and have people watch your videos. Here's the thing. YouTube isn't really for the everyday person, and I don't think my videos are going to hit that hard anyway, so me taking time off probably is not going to do that much. You know, I'm not like other creators. Like, I don't even like calling myself a creator, because I'm not creating anything. I'm just talking on a camera. I'm not, you know what, using the word influencer has been such a broad term. I don't know how to say without taking pot shots, but when's the last time James Charles or any of these beauty influencers or gaming influencers, how many gurus or whatever on YouTube has really influenced anybody? I like getting pieces of advice, but I wouldn't call them influencers, because you have the choice to take the advice and maybe work with it, or just listen to the advice and maybe not do anything. The only person I've really seen that take their influence and roll with it, besides making billions of dollars off of people like the BeautyTube community, is like the gaming community, and they give advice on how to become gamers. But we all know not everybody's going to be a gamer. 2020 has pretty much shown that not everybody can be a full-time gamer. But I digress. YouTube is a platform. I don't really make money. I don't make any money. YouTube has pretty much changed the way their algorithm works, so they can put as many ads as they want on your channel, and it's just kind of more of a shrug more than anything else, because obviously, because of the last four, I count them, 4 apocalypse, no one makes money. The algorithm is more geared towards the conglomerate companies rather than the regular person. I'm still on the fence about the Patreon thing, even though everybody's like, dude, you talk about drama stuff, you should probably just do a drama channel and do a Patreon. I'm like, yeah, but there's only so much drama I can take. And if you see my Twitter page, I kind of went off because I'm at the point where I've just had enough. And I think part of it is I work, like I said, I do social services, customer service wise. I deal with people every day who literally have a hard time feeding themselves, paying their bills, because the economy is not doing as well as it used to be. People have a hard time finding jobs to take care of their families. And we got somebody on here ranting and raving and having issues with another person on a podcast, when they could just easily either sit down and talk to each other, and if not, then just go your separate ways instead of making 45-minute videos on it. Or someone who has a political affiliation you might agree with, aka Scott Cotham. Everybody got angry at him for being a Republican, and he gave money to supposedly Republican people who are anti-LGBT during Pride Month, which some people are saying that the leaks online were photoshopped, which, considering Scott is the type of, because they said Scott got hacked and that's how they found it. Scott Cotham, from what I understand, is a very private person when it comes to certain things, and now people are sending death threats to his wife, who's 6 months pregnant, and doxing. That's not cool. If you don't like him, then don't give any money. Why are you going out your way to harass someone? Just makes you look like an even worse person. But that's neither here nor there. That's the type of stuff that's going on right now, and I'm just choosing, even though to me I didn't think a political affiliation meant anything. I mean, I kind of figured he was a Republican. I'm like, wait a minute, you live in Texas, you're a Christian. I'm not saying all of you guys are like that, but I'm like, wait a minute, you're a staunch Christian who made a Christian game, bombed terribly, made FNAF. You need no qualms about being a staunch Christian on your channels, but you're very private about your kids and your personal life. I understand that. And you live in Texas. Okay, you're a Republican. Okay, cool. And I just went by that. Just because you're a Republican doesn't make you a bad person. Like, the problem is with the last presidential campaign, people have chosen sides, and yes, he admitted he supported Trump the first time around, but then he didn't say who he voted for the second time around. He is right as a private citizen of the United States, even though you may not agree, to do what he wants with his money on his time. Now, if you do not agree, which most people don't, because of their affiliations for things, then don't give them any money. But I'm sure everybody will kind of, I hate to say it like this, but people will just kind of blow over after a while and kind of go, oh, here's something else new. Or let's say the thing with what was that? It was Scott Cawthon. It was Trisha Paytas. Billie Eilish is in there because of her boyfriend saying some very, very racially biased things. I got to the point where I just kind of went, I'm logging off. You guys have fun here in the cesspool of hate. I gotta go, you know. And that's part of the reason why I'm logging off of the internet. I want to get my manuscript done. I'm focusing on way too many things, and I need to be focusing on this book and how to take care of my household. What's going on with Trisha, what's going on with Scott, and I forgot the third person, but it's going to hit me with a ton of person. It was Trisha, Scott, and I know In the Heights is dealing with the colorism issue, which I understand why people are very upset because of the Afro-Latino community, but at the same time, who owns Hollywood? There's a reason why Tyler Perry made his own studio and Oprah made her own studio, and they can hire who they want, not what the company wants. Why Spike Lee hires who he hires. It's coming out of his pocket, not the corporate pocket. I'm not saying with Lin-Manuel Miranda, if he is in fact the person who made these decisions, is right. No, he is not right. But you have to remember who owns the company. That's what I'm gonna say about that issue. You know what, let me just check my Twitter, because I know it was like 3 people. It was Scott, it was Trisha, which I already said what I need to say about Trisha Paytas. I'm still on the mindset of like especially when they start talking about the money, all that stuff. First of all, that doesn't need to be on camera, and second of all,
a little longer than a few minutes later.
I'm of the mindset of, I don't care if it's family. That's why you have this thing called a contract, so people cannot say you didn't do anything. Even though you're family and you want to give people leeway, it's still a business at the end of the day. That's why it's called a freaking contract. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Creep show art. Yeah, that. Yeah, listen, I'm not touching that with a 50-foot. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. He has their thing, and they do not like each other. I don't think it's all of them, but it's always like these 4. It's Creep Show, and like 3 other people that are always fighting each other in that circle. So I just said, you know what? I'm done. I'm off the internet. I'm gonna work on my manuscript. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back by August with my manuscript finished, and I can start on my editing process with the other manuscripts. Every book idea I write down in a notebook now, and I focus on the one thing. More than likely, what's probably going to happen is once I finish my manuscript, I will come back, announce the finish, and what I'm probably going to do is, because I've already said I was going to do this, I'm going to do a fan fiction, because I've been working on this Fallout 3 fan fiction for a minute now. I put that on hold for my manuscript. I need a manuscript break. It doesn't take that long for me to write a fan fiction. I'm going to write the fan fiction, post that online, and be done with it. So yeah, this is like the 20-minute rant video. I'm on break. I'm just taking a break from all of it. Even if I do send a tweet, it's probably going to be some little minor thing like, hey, this is what's going on, and be done with it. Because I cannot, my mental state cannot take it. And I'm not saying I'm mentally weak. I mean, to do customer service for 10 plus years and get cussed out every day over social services, including food stamps, Medicare, and Medicaid, you got to have some type of mindset to deal with this. 10 years. I just don't, I'm choosing not to fill my brain. Your brain's like a computer, as my dad used to say, and I'm choosing not to fill my brain with spam and junk mail when I could be filling my brain with something else. So yeah, I'm on break. There are plenty of other author tube channels, probably gonna have lives and everything else. And if I'm on a live, it's probably gonna be either on my Twitch page, which again, I have a link tree below. You can check out that, or I'm gonna be on Sarah Sharon Weber's channel. But other than that, I will see you guys again whenever this manuscript is finished. Bye bye.